Yo, YouTube, what's up? It's YT Wake 'em Up. Back at it again with another video. Y'all see the title? This one is about toxic work environments. Let's be real. The workforce toxic. Everybody in the building toxic. The boss a little toxic. Everybody is toxic. All of your co-workers toxic. And you know damn well you're a little toxic. Somebody piss you off or do something to set you off. You know you're gonna do something toxic. Don't lie. You're gonna do something a little toxic. You don't want people playing with you. You don't tolerate that. Everybody toxic. It's not supposed to be like this. People not working in good environments. You know you got a toxic work environment if you hate going to your job. Or if on Sunday you be like, man, I gotta go to work tomorrow. You work in a toxic environment, I'm sorry to tell you. And this is real, man. It's not supposed to be like that. And it's like people got desensitized to it in a way. It's looked at like normal. You know, you go from job to job and it's always like that. It's always some toxicity, something that's affecting your mental health. And you're supposed to really keep work at work, but you can't. Because when you come home, it's still bothering you, still dealing with it. You got to talk about it at home. If you got a spouse, you got to talk about it with them. You see what I'm saying? It shouldn't be that way, but it is. So this is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to let it be known. This is going on. I need everybody to thumbs up this video so YouTube can push this content out. That's all I need you to do for me. Go ahead and do that right now. Appreciate you. And go ahead and press the subscribe button so you can see more of these videos pop up in your subscription box.
If you are threatening someone's livelihood, if they know they have to show up to work every day and they're going to deal with a toxic boss, that they have to just suck it up, if they know that they have to deal with someone who has had these microaggressions towards them, if you threaten their livelihood, you can have symptoms that look like PTSD, just as if you were attacked in a very violent way. So you can have avoidance where you don't want to go to that work, or just walking in triggers you into fight or flight. You can have hypervigilance, where being around certain individuals makes you jump. You can have these cognitive symptoms of depression, poor sleep, poor concentration. All of these are PTSD symptoms related to what the DSM-5 calls life-threatening or assault. But people are having these related to these aggressive, toxic work environments.
You heard her. So in so many words, these toxic work environments are turning the human race into mental patients. It's affecting our mental health, turning us into people that we really not. And it's sad and messed up that this is what people got to do for money. They got to go through this harsh treatment, terrible treatment, working with terrible people, with terrible mindsets that can drain your energy, especially if you the light, if you the chosen one. You know, you come with a certain light on you. You come with a certain light, and people try to dim your light. These people will talk about you behind your back for no reason, hate on you for no reason, write you up for no reason, try to throw you off your square, try to throw you off what you got going on. They see that you got the light and they don't want to see you really elevate past them. So they feeling threatened for their position. It's all of that going on in the workforce. Be mad that you minding your business and not in everybody else's business, or that you stay to yourself. It's really messed up. It's really sad. It's like elementary. People play elementary games, man. It's like school games, you know? Just childish.
Lord knows I know what the signs are of a toxic work environment. But see, you guys don't have to stick around for long to find out whether or not you're working in a toxic work environment. You can see the signs on the wall from the moment you walk in, or maybe in a week or two. So if you're new to the job, look out for these things. And a lot of y'all are telling me in the comment section below that you're already seeing some of this stuff. So I'm just going to kind of run down a list of warning signs of whether or not you need to stay or leave, or see if you can kind of stick it out while you find something else. Okay. So one of the biggest things, one of the biggest signs, and one of the things I should have paid attention to when I was in my environment was the turnover of high performers. You see, it's the high performers that's always picked on, especially if somebody in management is threatened by them and they feel like they're going to take their job. Then, oh yeah, that's when you become the problem. So oftentimes you see the high performer, and I was one of them. You might see them going on vacation a lot, taking leave a lot, and that they're always sick, you know, because when you're dealing with the mental anguish of being beat down day in and day out, even if you're doing a darn job, then you already know it's going to affect your mental health, which spills into your physical health. So be on the lookout for that, the turnover of the high performers. The other thing you want to be looking out for, you guys, is excessive gossip. Yeah, It is a problem. And even though it seems like it's minimal, no, especially when these people can affect your job. Just imagine you're that person on the receiving end when you're thinking that you're giving your all at your job and somebody doesn't like you and they're sitting around gossiping about you to somebody else. You haven't done nothing to nobody, but for whatever reason, they're sitting around talking about you. That's something else you want to be looking out for. The other thing too, you guys, look around. Do you see people laughing and smiling, or do you see people stressed out and scared? That is a number one telltale sign you need to be hitting the road. The other thing, you guys, is finger pointing. How many places of employment have you been to where someone's like, no, I didn't do it. No, she did it. No, she's the problem. No, she's the one that messed up the program. Oh, no, he did that. Yeah, when you start seeing a lot of that, it's doggy dog and it's time to go. The other thing, you guys, is conflicting agendas. See, you may have the agenda that you want to do the best for the company, but then you have other people that have another agenda, and their agenda is getting over on other people and moving up the ladder at the expense of other people. So when you start seeing that, again, this goes back to the doggy dog, then you know that's probably not the workplace for you. The other thing, you guys, is micromanaging. We talked about this in one of my other videos. Again, these people, they hired you because you could do the job. But oftentimes when people are experiencing workplace bullying, abuse, and mobbing, they start noticing that every little thing they're doing is being micromanaged. And you know that good and darn well they hired you because you could do the job, but all of a sudden, you can't do your job. And that's when they start hounding. And that's when they want to be copied on every email. And that's when they want to start popping in on your meetings. And all of a sudden they're involved in all your work. Yeah, when you start seeing that micromanaging, you already know. Don't even try to even go to HR, because I'm going to tell you something about HR too. HR works for the company. I got videos about HR here too, you guys. HR works for the company. Their best interest is not in the employees. So please don't go run into them, because all you're going to do is put a target on your back. So if your manager is micromanaging you, that's your sign that you probably should start either looking at another department or looking outside of that company. And last but not least is unresolved conflict. You guys, oftentimes you see where there have been an issue where you might have employees pitted against each other, and for whatever reason, nothing's ever resolved. And there's always this tension in the air. I've worked in groups where you've had people that can't stand each other, and that's because the issue has been unresolved. There's always a favorite person, and that favorite person can't do anything wrong. And so usually the other person, even though they weren't in the wrong and the favorite was the one that was wrong, they're never dealt with. And so it's just, the issue is just open-ended, and it's not healthy for the team, and it's not healthy for the environment. So I hope you took notes, and if this is happening in your work environment, yeah, you may either want to start looking for joining another team, another department, or looking outside the company. So I hope this information helps someone out there. I'm Kristen Peoples with BostonCulture.org. Bye.
So I am currently in week 7 of being home on short-term disability for mental reasons, burnout, work stress, whatever you want to say, all summed up in one. I hadn't shared this information to a lot of people. If you were on a live, I probably did, simply because it was like chat time. But I figured as I was getting more and more questions on the process of taking a mental leave, I said, hey, maybe I should just create something. I might be, helping somebody who feels as if there's no help to go around for them, okay? They feel helpless. The first thing that you want to do is speak to your provider. Start there. Me, I have a personal relationship with my providers, and I think that the more honest you are, the more they can really get the gist of who you truly are. They're learning to know you, okay? If that makes sense. I hide nothing from my providers. I let them know exactly how I feel. And you know that depression question that they ask you when they doing your physical? Do you ever feel down? Yes, I do. Do you feel overwhelmed sometimes? Yes, I do. Be honest on those questionnaires, because it helps your provider figure out what it is that you need. He gave me examples of things I can tell my employer, my supervisor, and see if I can try to get it rectified that way. And I came up with so many emails, pretty much screaming for help, saying that, hey, this is a lot for one person. Can you distribute it evenly amongst the team? Why am I the only one being overworked in this way, you know what I mean? And or when I asked that question, the answer was always like, oh, you have the experience in it, so we're just going to let you take care of it. And no, that's not fair, because I feel, and I know I'm not the only one, but if we all have the same job title, all of us need to have the necessary skills to do the job. Simple. Don't just overwhelm one person because they know how to do the job and you want to make sure that it gets done properly. No, you need to get those other team members cross-trained so that they can also know how to do these things, okay? So that's a stress trigger for me, and I didn't notice it until after I came out of it by being on leave. I have a problem when the butt kissers get the pass every time there's an assignment that needs to be done because they're too busy taking your order for lunch. Okay? And like I said, I was in communication with my manager and telling her how I felt. Nothing was done. It was pretty much taken as, it is what it is. We're short-staffed. There's nothing that can be done. Okay, that's fine. But as I'm going back to my provider and I'm telling him about all the stress, asking him if there's something that he can give me for my heart racing and, the pain that I'm feeling in my neck and it's radiating down my arm. And he said, that's all stress related. It's time for you to take a leave. I can see burnout all over your face. And I said, wow. Okay. And he's like, don't worry about it. I'll fill out the paperwork. I'll do whatever it is. Let's get you on something so you can sleep at night. Gave me my medication, wrote my letter, and the leave started. Now, work policy for my company is, or for the company that I work for, is that you have to use all your sick pay before you can pull short-term benefits. Me thinking that the PTO included the sick pay, I didn't have a lot of sick pay. Child, long story short, those first 3 weeks were covered by sick pay. I had accumulated so much sick pay. I think it was like almost 90 hours. Yeah, almost 90 hours. So I was able to get my full check for that, at least that one pay period, right? And then after that, the short-term benefits is 60% of your salary. So I was, I'm getting a check, but it's not the full check, but it's still something. So all I do is just make sure that I take care of business, honey, with the money that I'm getting. And no, I can't shop as much as I want to because, hey, remember, you're not working. So it can be done. And I see a lot of women saying, oh my gosh, I'm so jealous of you because you can take your leave and stuff like that, as you see the videos on TikTok. And we all can do it. If we have a company that offers this, we need to utilize our benefits if we see fit. If our providers see fit, take it. Take the leave. Stop worrying about what people going to think about you, what people going to say about you. Worry about yourself. I'm so over that. I don't worry about anything that people got going on, honey. Okay. I come in, do my work, and I go home. But when I am stressed out to the point where I feel as if I can't take anymore, like I'm drowning, something has to be done. And I can say truly, this time off has been a game changer for me. A game changer. If you are going through a lot of work stress, take the leave. Talk to your provider. Take the leave. Okay.
You know what just stood out to me from this video? I never put two and two together that you could go on disability for mental health reasons or mental health concerns. I never put that together. I never thought about it. But that makes sense. So a lot of people really could be on disability for how they've been treated at these jobs because they've been affected by these jobs. A lot of people have become different people. Like I said before, they're not who they once were due to the job. The job caused that. It's changing people. It's making them worse people. It's making them feel worse. Not feel like they old self no more. Out of touch with reality. Lost, hopeless, depressed, having hella anxiety. Like if you were to pull out a mental health book, these are symptoms. It's not a joke for real. Like there's something wrong with everybody. Let's keep it real. We all mentally ain't there. Sometimes we all do little off stuff and all of that. But we all got Even PTSD, that's a mental health problem. We all got mental health issues, y'all. It ain't nothing to joke about. It's something to be real about. It's something to come to terms with. We all just got to come to terms with it. We a product of our environment. And a lot of people working in toxic environments, and it's making them toxic. And it's affecting their mental health. Listen, man, drop a comment below. Let me know what y'all think about this. Let's have some real conversations in the comment section. It's YT. Wake 'em up. I appreciate y'all, man. Hope y'all have a great day. Peace and shalom.